Hey everybody. So this is a new corset pattern, different design and the shape. It's still going to be kind of on the lower hips, not so much of an underbust or overbust, but more of lying more on the hips. I don't know if there's a name for that, but that's where it's going to lie, and you'll see that when I have it modeled. But this is going to be a style in the moon and stars, giving it a different feel. Also, some of the different accents that I'll be using, like the ribbon, the much larger grommets here on the front, and on the backside, some buckles. So this is the end product. So I'm going to start walking you through uh, kind of how to get to this point, and some of the options that are available when you're doing this. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so when you start to start on this project, make sure you print these out. The first page has some measurements to make sure you print it out at the right scale. Just make sure you print it at 100%. There's no scaling. Don't be adjusting the size. In the pattern, there's multiple sizes. So you'll see that in the upper left-hand corner of each page. Also, on the different pieces, you'll see there's little notes like this is the top, this is body left, meaning this is on the left. This will be worn on the left side of the person's body when they're wearing it. Okay, so this one has holes for the buckles in the back, and they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll show you why. But make sure you print them off in actual size. It's pretty straightforward. Let me show you. I have some of them already, like you already see, they're already cut out. So they're gonna, as far as placement goes, they're gonna go in order. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's a 4-panel per side corset, and you'll see that how they're layered is going to be up to you. On this one, the number 3 got put underneath 2 and 4. Yeah, but it's up to you. If you want, my other ones, like this previous one, I can show you. I showed you at the beginning. This one's done 1 on top of 2, 2 on top of 3, and then 3 on top of 4. So I might need to go back and restitch this one. Yeah, I might have made a mistake doing it that way. Yeah, this one should be underneath this one. Again, that's personal preference. But that's how you layer them. And you'll notice that because of the kind of the odd shapes, they don't kind of sit right, if you think about it. But trust the process, because this all gets on a curve. And so the weird bulging stuff is on purpose. Okay, so because this is going around, a 3-dimensional body, it's going around curves, it needs to sit right. So here's 4, 3, and 2, and then right here I have 1. And I wanted to go over some of this stuff here with you. The pattern there's a few pieces here. There's the top, there's the bottom, and then there's also an extra piece here to reinforce the grommets if you want. You could always use eyelets if you're not going to be putting a lot of tension on these. Like with the ribbon, I think most of the tension is going to be on the back with the buckles. But anyway, yeah, 1/2-inch holes. So they're going to be 1/2-inch grommets. The back side, like I did here, I did the back side this yellow, and punch out the holes. And then on this one, did the same thing, but then I punched out the moon phases, some stars. You might have noticed on this one, this is the small size, and so it's a little bit smaller panels. So I didn't have enough room to put multiple stars. On the other one, there's room to put, a couple of different size stars. And again, the layout of these is up to you. I did it kind of in a diagonal shape. I think it lends it to the corset shape overall, but that's just me. So if you wanted to change up this design and do something else, that's totally up to you. Also, I decided to use a yellow tiger thread here to just make this pop, and make it pop here on this one. And again, this is a dark blue. Nice, that's a nice dark blue. The weight on this is probably 4 to 5 ounce on the main body panels, and then the yellow is a much softer, probably 2 ounce, and it's very, the temper is very soft. But I wanted this one thinner on purpose because it's mainly just operating as a background for the colors. So it doesn't need to be really thick. If it would be too thick, it might get too bulky here when you start wearing it. So something to think about when you're choosing leathers for this project. This background color does not need to be that thick. Okay, so part of the process, as I was putting this together, these are the 3 shapes that are going to go together. So there's this main, or not main, there's the reinforcement here. There's the body that gets cut out, the shapes, and then there's the yellow. Okay, so those 3 get stitched together right here, and then grommeted. Okay, so I need to, first I need to go back and I need to restitch this. Just again, personal preference. I think it looks better with everything in order: 1 on top of 2, 2 on top of 3, 3 on top of 4. So I'm going to do that. I need to fix that, and then I'm going to go ahead and get these pieces stitched down. The piece here I need to get cut out still, and then stitch together. So I'm going to go ahead, do that, do this, and I will be right back. Hey, real quick, just a quick tip. If you're looking for these 1/2 inch grommets, I found these, and it comes with a bunch of grommets. It comes with a punch tool and the setter tool. Let me grab that. Comes with the setter tool to set the grommets. Also a little piece of wood for when you're cutting the holes out. Just you're not like hammering it into cement or steel or whatever. So all of this stuff comes in this kit. There's a little punch. There's a 1/2 inch punch. Yeah, this. I found this at Ace Hardware. You might be able to find it someplace else, but it was like $15 for all of the grommets, the setter, the punch, all the stuff. So it was a really good deal, and I like the color. I think the color goes well with this the colors I'm using. So if there are like antique brass on Amazon, and there's also like really shiny brass. So depending on what you're looking for, what you're going for in your pattern, there are different options available for this size of hole and grommet. All right, be right back. Okay, so I got the pieces. You sort of saw these cut out, but I also went ahead and burnished and beveled the edges just to give it a nice little finished touch. Same thing for the front 2 panels. Use some tokenol on there to make it nice and slick and just look better. But yeah, I got finished the sewing on both of these pieces here. So like I said before, there's this piece here, there's this panel, and then there's the gold panel. And so here's the grommets that I showed you about, the 1/2 inch grommets tucked in there nicely, ready to sew to the next panel. Like I mentioned last time, it wasn't quite in the right order, so I went ahead and fixed it. So this one, 2 is on top of 3, 3 is on top of 4. Okay, so I'm gonna do that with the other panels as well, and put those, and then the one, this is one panel, goes on top of 2. So it's gonna go like that. I also got the buckles in place. I used the same yellow as I did as the back side of here, just to draw that same color and keep it part of the theme and matching, right? Here's the pieces. These are, the width on these is 3/4 inch. So you're gonna use 3/4 inch buckles. Personally, you don't have to do this, but I put grommets on the holes for the the buckle strap, just because this is really thin leather, and while I want to use it to match the moon and the stars there, I was worried about how thin it was, and so to give it a little bit of strength, I put these grommets on there, and I punched the holes big enough to use the grommets. In the pattern, you don't have to use that, depending on the thickness of the leather that you use. You might be okay with not using grommet, but that's just something that you can do in cases like this where you might be worried about the strength of these. Okay, but I need to get these placed here. These go on the back with some rivets, and this is thin enough, so I'm just gonna use the extra small rivets. Is gonna be fine. Yeah, so it's gonna go there and then on the other side. But I need to finish. I need to finish these 3. I need to finish this side and then get both sides attached to the front panels before I worry about the buckles. So I'm gonna work on that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the 2 sides done, and right now I just have the buckles and straps on the back just in place to make sure that they're gonna, the layout is correct. I like to do that, when I'm first doing these patterns, is just to make sure they lay out correctly. One thing that I do note, if you wanted this to be smaller, like if the size measured is a little bit too big, aside from putting holes in the straps, you could move these holes, the rivet holes, farther in. That way it would bring the panels closer together. Yeah, and that would tighten it and make it a little bit smaller as well, if you're looking to do something like that. So that's another option. So it wouldn't be here, they'd move just like 1/4 inch, looks like, yeah, well, 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch this way, and then it would make the whole thing a little bit smaller. But I wanted to just show you that, and then also just show you the way it turns out. When I say trust the process, it's going to have that curve in it that goes around the waist, and that's intentional. Okay, so it defines and accentuates that curve around the body. Okay, one thing I wanted to also point out, on these, when I'm sewing these, saddle stitching them, I'll go over the top and I'll wrap it around. Instead of just stopping at that hole and then coming back, I'll wrap around the top and even the bottom, and that just gives it a little bit more strength. It makes it so that that lip doesn't come off or get snagged on anything. It just keeps the 2 panels tight against each other like that, and so nothing's exposed, and gets snagged on anything. So yeah, I got the panels done. Now I just need to get the buckles on here and then get my daughter to model it for me. But otherwise, there's still a little bit of cleanup things like the fray on this yellow. I can clean that up a little bit more, maybe some more token wool or something. But yeah, let me get the buckles on here and then go through the last steps and final walkthrough. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, so I got the buckles here finished and attached, riveted to the sides. And that's about it. That's really the last piece for it to come together, except for the ribbon here. On the other one, I guess at the beginning, pull that out. I use this gold ribbon. I got that at Hobby Lobby, and I might use that again just for the pictures. But I think it came out nice. I think it came out really good. So I'll use that ribbon again. You don't have to. Like I said before, you don't have to use the ribbon. I just think it looks nice because it has that kind of that chunkier, not chunkier, but like just a thicker look. Trying to use some thin lacing probably just wouldn't look as well. So that's why I went with the bigger, so the thick ribbon. It's like it's 1/2-inch ribbon, in case you're wondering. So I'll probably use that as well when I start taking some pictures on this one. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck on your project. And if you have any questions, contact me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Etsy, or my own website, simplegoodleather.com. Find me there as well. All right, I'm gonna get some pictures with this. Okay, thanks. Bye.